Good morning. The leagues are whittling down. Championship gone. League One gone. League Two gone. Premier League concluding. No real trades yesterday. We did get a goal before half-time, Arsenal. Did mention that in the live stream. Came of a very late penalty. And 3-0 is in keeping with a 1.2 quote. Brentford and Fulham, dead rubber. So I would never take that 0-0 on. Did take the 0-3 lead on for Newcastle. Very short odds. About a £3 liability for a massive return. If Burnley were up for it, I did show you in the live stream, there was a run of 3 or 4 matches where Burnley started scoring 2 goals. They might have rediscovered that, but no, not yesterday. Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest. Could have been a play yesterday, laying the draw second half because of the need for a win. And indeed, laying the opening goal for Sheffield United, given the need for a win for Nottingham Forest. Hudson-Odoi turning up yesterday. 2 crucial goals in a 1-3 win for the must-wins. Nothing much doing yesterday for Man City either. Goals before half-time, of course. That's what you expect of a 1.08 shot. French League 1. Laying the draw, I suppose, at 1-1. Monaco's dominance. Metz and Rennes. We had a 2-2, I think, in this particular match. So possibilities of laying the Desmond. Just grab this. There we go. Yeah, 2-2 there. So you could have laid that 2-2 as late as possible, given the season we're in, or the part of the season we're in, and the need for points. Dortmund surprised me yesterday. Pre-Champions League semi-final, you thought they'd be resting a few players. Quite emphatic win against Augsburg. We did actually lay Dortmund, I think, at 3-0. Augsburg did make it 3-1, and you could have got a nice trade out there. I think it was at 2-0 or 3-0. Saw it live in front of you, the change in the odds. If you backed Augsburg at 75s, it dropped to 20s just with a single goal. I think that came from 3-0 to 3-1. Just that single goal would have dropped the odds to 20s. And it got you an actual decent trade. But then normal service resumed with a 4-1. Emphatic stuff from Dortmund, maybe psychologically important. Show of power before they meet Paris Saint-Germain. Stuttgart is a dead rubber. Bayern Munich, gettable if they led. Werder Bremen nearly pulled off the 3rd consecutive win of the match, win of their current season. Köln and Freiburg, we know Köln's reputation for an inability to score. They'd be disappointed they didn't cross the line. Their in-play stats were emphatic. Not a must-win for Inter Milan. Champions already. Sassuolo, desperate need for points. Monza and Lazio. Monza will be delighted with this. Lazio should be targeting the win. And indeed, they started off well. Ciro Immobile looked like some very late action. And Vicino as well. They'll be disappointed not to have got the 3 points yesterday. Looking at the English Championship. We tried to whittle down the dead rubbers. Got to the conclusion. Second half, this draw in the Birmingham Norwich match was layable second half because it's quite simply a must-win for Brum. Got them out of jail. They'd be absolute. Well, no, it was a must-win for them. I'm quite correct because they had to keep this lot in tow. But Blackburn got the late win, which took it away. Blackburn, excellent performance against Leicester City. Tough match. Leeds couldn't get the win that they needed for automatic promotion. But it was academic, really, because second in the league won as well. So not much happening yesterday. We ignored dead rubbers. A lot of these matches were dead rubbers. Sunderland, Sheffield United, nothing to play for. Stoke, Rotherham, Cardiff. So you might still get a trading angle. But I don't like playing dead rubber matches. Oxford and Peterborough in the League One playoff. This could have been 1-3. It could have been 1-0. It's one of those nervy matches yesterday in a 1-0 for Oxford. Second leg to come with Peterborough at home. Must score the first goal. On to today, and it looks a tough old Premier League coupon. Brighton and Aston Villa. Aston Villa pre Europa Conference League. Will that impact on them today? 2.3 at the favourites, telling you the market can't split these two sides at all. Chelsea and West Ham is another London derby. Chelsea favoured on current form, you'd say. Takes a good side to beat them of late. Gone very much under the radar. Liverpool's season is pretty much over. Tottenham Hotspur must get back to winning ways. 3 consecutive defeats now. And their Champions League dream is in tatters. It's a battle between them and Aston Villa, really. But Aston Villa hold the advantage and the points gap as well. In the Bundesliga, Union Berlin, note the odds. Odds on favourite. Now, when the market speaks, Union Berlin tend to deliver. So watch out there. Not sure if Bochum still have things to play for. They could be a royal pain. Well, they're just above the relegation zone by 2 points. It's a little uncomfortable for them at the moment. With Mainz playing as well today. They're away at Heidenheim. It's going to be a tough encounter for Mainz. But Mainz rediscover their goal-scoring form after 15 consecutive matches without scoring a second goal. They've gone to town on a few occasions, scoring 4 goals. Frankfurt and Bayer Leverkusen, very, very tough to trust. Bayer Leverkusen, they don't need to win. They are champions. They are pre-Europa League as well. But they have dug out 2 consecutive draws with 90th plus minute goals. That might be your angle today. It's extremely difficult to trust a side who don't need to do a thing. Italian Serie A, more tough matches today. Cagliari, Lecce. Got a derby, Roma against Juve, derby-style match. Pre-European club competition for Roma. AC Milan against Genoa looks the more readable of these matches today. It's all about standings at this stage of the season. So let's have a look at the Cagliari match. Cagliari and Lecce. So Cagliari 14th. Only 3-point gap between them and Udinese. So it's business still to be done. Lecce are a little safer. 7 points above the relegation zone. But this is looking like a match Cagliari would be keen to target 3 points in. Empoli and Frosinone, similar story. This is a relegation 6-pointer. So you'd be laying any late draw here. Only 2 points above the relegation zone, both Frosinone and Empoli. Frosinone have the positive goal difference of +4 against Empoli. But this is a must. Take points off your nearest rival. Got to. Verona in trouble as well on 31 points. Playing a Fiorentina, knocking on the door of European club competition. Note, they've got 2 games in hand over Lazio. If they can win these 2, they will be in Europe. Or temporarily at least. So the onus is on both Verona and Fiorentina to get the win here. This is how I would do my research at this stage of the season. Look for motivating factors. I think seasonal form in some points can be thrown out the window. AC Milan and Genoa. Well, AC Milan can't win the title. They are guaranteed Champions League football. They've got that arrow already, as you can see. They can't be caught, is what that's saying, by Atalanta, who are the nearest rival for a Champions League spot. So, could be a switching off from AC Milan, psychologically at least. Genoa, mid-table mediocrity. 13 points above the relegation zone. They look safe as houses. So watch out for that. It's got an element of dead rubber about it. AC Milan and Genoa. Roma and Juve, derby-style match. But Roma will be keen to keep Atalanta from nicking their European or Champions League spot. They're going to have to be very careful in that regard. Atalanta are very tight. They're only 2 points away, but and they have a game in hand, Atalanta. So it is advantage Atalanta here as far as that 5th Champions League spot is concerned. As for Juve, well, they're sitting 3rd. They look to be guaranteed Champions League football, but not mathematically so yet. 9 points above Lazio. So this is an important match, I think, for both Juve and Roma. A Champions League 6-pointer, I would argue. So some interesting matches there today. Dutch Eredivisie will be playing in play. We've got a very strong favourite in PSV Eindhoven today, 1.13 against Sparta Rotterdam. Utrecht at home to Vitesse Arnhem. Feyenoord against PEC Zwolle, the usual suspects. Ajax are odds-on favourites against Volendam. Volendam, one of the sides desperate need for points, but have been pretty much the side you go to collect points from. They are in a spot of bother. There is a 6-point gap to 16th, which would be their saviour. It will give them a chance of a relegation playoff if they can get to 16th. Ajax, well, they've done very well to get to 5th, considering the start of the season they had. Absolutely appalling. PSV and Feyenoord, well, PSV are champions, or they qualified to the Champions League, as has Feyenoord. So the only squabble these two have really is in who's going to win the title. And it looks rather obvious with a 9-point gap that PSV are going to win. So be careful with Feyenoord. It's a dead rubber for them, realistically. Similar story for PSV. Both done what they wanted to do. This is just a squabble for the title now between those two. So interesting football in the Eredivisie. I think there's plenty of motivating factors for all of these short price favourites, which is what you want to see at this stage of the season. And La Liga, Sevilla, favourite at home to Granada. This is Granada would be keen to get a result here. They're in the wrong part of the table. And Sevilla have been in the wrong part of the table as well. Granada with a win will stay second bottom, but they'll get ever nearer to Cadiz. They've got a game in hand over Cadiz, taking 24 points, but that 31 is 10 points away. It's 3 wins and a draw away. They look doomed, I think, Granada. Sevilla have got themselves out of trouble. They're 12 points above the relegation zone with about 15 points available. They've had another awful season, Sevilla. Usually top 5. Rayo Vallecano and Almeria. Well, Almeria are down. Only the 1 win all season. Rayo Vallecano, can they salvage anything? Well, they can. They can get another 3 points. Will take them up to 37. With Las Palmas losing 5 consecutive matches on the bounce. Could be even more. That's just what we can see in front of us there. Almeria are relegated. Still work to be done, I think, for Rayo Vallecano. 8 points above the relegation zone, with 15 possible points remaining. So still work to be done for Rayo today. That's why I think they're such strong favourites. Valencia Alaves, touch of mid-table mediocrity about these two, you'd have to argue. Although Valencia are on the cusp of Europe, so they'll be motivated. Alaves, not so. Some 11 points shy, unlikely to be delving into the top 7. But Valencia have got plenty to play for. A win today will take them into that 7th spot, dependent on the Betis result, of course. And Europe. So they'll be keen. I think Valencia got plenty to play for. They've got home advantage today as well. Celta Vigo, Villarreal. Villarreal rather gone under the radar. They've been in quite superb form of late. That's shot them all the way up to 9th. The Yellow Submarine. 2 consecutive wins. Again, they're keeping an eye on that 7th spot in European football. And the way they're going at the moment, they're accumulating points. They can continue this excellent run. Celta Vigo, though, have still got a little business at hand. They're only 5 points above the relegation zone. So I think there's a highly motivated Spanish La Liga today. So be good for trading. We have our usual spattering of secondary leagues. Dinamo Zagreb playing today, catches the eye, but got a tough encounter with Rijeka. Hajduk Split, odds on at home, tend to deliver. The odds on favourites yesterday performed very well in the Czech Republic. We'll see whether Pulsen and Sparta Prague can do that. Bundesliga 2 will be another league of interest, but we need motivating factors, don't we? Hertha Berlin desperately trying to get out of this damn league. They're stuck. They've been stuck for a while. Used to be in the Bundesliga. 45 points. A win today takes them to 48 points, and that could get them 5th or 6th. But it's a tough league to get out of. There are only 3 places available. And Hertha Berlin are 14 points shy of 3rd. So it's not looking very good at all for them. Elversberger in 10th on 40 points. They're 8 points above the relegation zone. So still a little bit of work to be done for them until they're actually safe. Hanover and Paderborn, both on 46 points. And again, they're 13 points shy of that top 3 spot. It's a very, very tough league, this one. That's probably why Hertha Berlin are stuck and have been stuck for a few seasons now. Either I'm getting it mixed up with Hertha Berlin or Hamburger. One of these two has been stuck in this league for far too long. Big names as well. I think it's Hertha. Schalke as well, ex of the Bundesliga. If you make a mistake and avoid the top 3, you can be stuck in this league. As you can see, Wien Wiesbaden and Holstein Kiel. Let's have a look down the bottom. Wien Wiesbaden are in that 16th place. A win for them today could possibly take them out of the bottom 3. Wien Wiesbaden, I can't see them. Oh no, Wien Wiesbaden, no, I can't see Holstein. They're second in the league, Holstein, that's why I can't see them. So plenty to play for Holstein Kiel. They can still be caught by Dusseldorf, but they have a game in hand over Dusseldorf. Must win really for them, take the top of the league today. Plenty of motivating factors for Holstein Kiel. Slightly odds on away from home, so definitely a league worth following at 12:30. I'll be on Telegram for you there today. And again, at this stage of the season, with the likes of Italian Serie B, it's worth knowing who's where, whether they're motivated, etc. Brescia certainly are motivated. They're in the last playoff place, as you can see, in 8th. Just want to have a look at the points difference, 48 points there. So plenty to play for with Südtirol, Reggiana and Cosenza within spitting distance of Brescia. Lecco are likely to be in the relegation zone. They're 20th on 26 points. So a win today takes them to 29 and on the cusp of breaking into the 30. But it looks as if it could be the last day of the season. Let's just check. uk.soccerway.com, if I can spell that correct. Got to make sure when you see a lot of matches being played at the same time at this stage of the season, let's make sure that it's not the last day of the season in Italy. So let's have a quick look there. Just have to bring up one of these matches, see how many are left. We're on 36, so it might be 2 matches left. Indeed, it looks as if there is 2 matches left. So I think there's plenty of motivating factors in Italian Serie B today to give us an interest. So let's bring the standings up. Cittadella and Bari. So this is well worth you going through. Make sure you know who needs what and whether there's dead rubbers. Cittadella, for instance, well, they can still get into that top 8 berth on 45 points. With 2 matches remaining, they look safe from relegation. So they've got a slight interest in getting their 8th place, Cittadella. Bari, they're on 37 points. It looks as if 16th and 17th will play a relegation playoff place. So Bari must win. So watch out for the Bari match today. Cosenza, again, another one of those sides who can get into the top 8. Spezia, where are they? They're just above the relegation zone, so a win would be very important for them. Modena, 14th. Job not done just yet. They're a little bit too close to the relegation zone. Old Perry, 2nd in the league, looking to cement automatic promotion. Keep Venezia at bay. And that brings in the Venezia-Ferral Pesaro match at the bottom there. Venezia must keep winning to try to avoid the heartache of promotion playoffs and get the automatic promotion route. So you'd be keen to see Venezia get the win today. Ferral Pesaro, 2nd bottom. Win for them will keep them 2nd bottom today, but will also bring in the 37-37-37 brigade. Their job, I think, this season for Ferral Pesaro will be to get 16th or 17th, have that one last shot at survival. Ternana are in the relegation 5, and Catanzaro are in the possible playoff places. Quarterfinals. They'd like to get into the semi-finals so they can play 1 match less. So a win today for Catanzaro will be very important with only 2 matches remaining. Sampdoria and Reggiana. Sampdoria, a big side to be in Italian Serie B. A win for them today will take them to 52 points, but they will still, Palermo will still have a positive goal difference. But more importantly, Sampdoria will try to keep that gap between themselves and 9th, 10th and 11th. Pisa and Südtirol. Südtirol in 9th, one of those sides keen to take a promotion playoff place of 6th, 7th and 8th. They are within spitting distance, but must win today. Pisa, 45. They with a win, would take them to 48. So it's a very competitive place today. Parma, a win today. Are they automatically promoted already? They've already qualified for Serie A. So the only squabble Parma have now this season is in winning the title. Can they be bothered? They've got the job. They're back up. So Catanzaro, plenty for them to think about. Breaking from the quarterfinals into the semi-final places for the playoffs. So it really is a competitive day. Sorry, Cremonese. Yeah, indeed, 4th. Have to keep Catanzaro away. Try to get that semi-final berth. I don't think they can break in. They can't actually break into the top 2. So they've got to maintain that semi-final place. So it really is a competitive day in Italian Serie B. I will be on hand at 2 o'clock. I think it could be a good start for a live stream. So I'll be looking on that one with interest today. A near full complement of Norwegian Elite Serie matches. Going to say a little too early in the season to do any proper research. But once the elite leagues are gone, we can start focusing on these summer leagues. Bodo Glimt had an excellent start to the season. Just keep winning. Strom Godsek got us a nice comeback from 0-2 down to 2-2 last week. But Bodo Glimt very strong favourites today, as are Molde and Viking. They tend to be the 3 sides you see each week with strong favouritism. All of the other matches are very tough to read, so says the market at least. Braga and Benfica in the Portuguese La Liga. Worth following at 6 o'clock and 8:30. I might be up. You never know. Might be up for that 8:30 kickoff. This stage of the season, there is still plenty to play for in the title race. So it looks a good start, I think. 2 p.m. today to take in Italian Serie B. But as with yesterday's live chat, it's starting to get a bit quieter, and the really good trading opportunities are starting to whittle down as we try to avoid these dead rubbers. We've got another secondary league. Eibar, Amora, Bieta. This isn't the last day of the season because they're staggered in their kick-off time. So I think there's one more match left. Eibar find themselves 3rd. A win today for Eibar could take them into the automatic promotion places, albeit similar points to Leganes, but goal difference is positive for Leganes. Amora Bieta, they're second bottom, but still a win today will take them to 41 points. And with the final day of the season, they could get a chance to get Albacete, Huesca and Eldenza into the relegation dogfight. So that's a key match. Eibar and Amora Bieta. Andorra and Albacete, or Andorra, still can get out of this fix that they're in, but they must win to give them a chance next week in the final day of the season. Albacete, this is a relegation 6-pointer. Albacete could get survival. Other matches pending with 3 points today. Take them all the way up to 45. Dependent on other results, that could be enough. A win today. So vitally important match, this one and this one. Espanyol and Sporting Gijón. Espanyol, 4th in the league, can still break into the top 2, but they must win today. Take them to 63. And if Leganes don't win today, they'll still have them in their sights for an automatic promotion spot on the last day of the season. Espanyol. Sporting Gijón on 55 points. A win today could take them to 58, and therefore they'll be in the running for a promotion playoff place. So vital matches in Italian Serie B, and indeed it looks as though in La Liga as well. Eldenza on 16 points and 16th place, 43 points, only 2 points above the relegation zone. Plenty for them to play with or to play for. Leganes, second in the league, must keep Eibar at bay for the last match of the season. A win today, take them to 67 points. If Eibar win today, that will take Eibar to 64 points, and they can still catch Leganes, but Leganes, you'd think, would be safe on that goal difference for that promotion playoff place. So that's a vital match for Leganes today as well. Vital matches throughout, you'd think. Zaragoza and Burgos. Burgos, 54, only 4 points shy of the promotion playoff places. So yet another side who will be feeling that they can get there. Not so for Zaragoza, they're out of the equation. They are still in the relegation fight, Zaragoza, but just by the skin of their teeth. 5 points above the relegation zone. A win today will guarantee them, I think, safety. But they have that game in hand over Zaragoza. So it's a fantastic La Liga 2. I think there's 2 matches left or 1 match left. We can have a quick check, which we must do at this stage of the season. Right, I'm not sure what's going on here. 5 matches remaining, and they're already on 37 points. So it's a 42-match league. So it might not be the second to last day of the season. So I'm a little confused here. Well, it seems there's plenty to play for still, so I might be wrong. My analysis, I thought with 37 matches played, there'd be the standard 38 for the season, but no, plenty of work to be done yet for these sides. So I don't think there's any major panic just yet in the Secunda League. So I'll see you for a live stream starting at about 2 o'clock, I would say. That would fit in with Italian Serie B. It might be a quiet session today. We've got to tread warily with dead rubbers. Don't be tempted in. We've got Empoli and we've got the Verona match at 2 o'clock as well. So I'll see you at 2 p.m. for a live stream. Live stream details can be found here. I'll put it in the live section where I've got, you'll see it appear. There was some member having trouble finding the live stream. The live stream is here under the live. I'll put the link. Live stream is also on Telegram, and it's also, of course, in this video. So youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits. If you subscribe to that, then you'll be alerted. So I'll see you at 2 o'clock for a live stream.